Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Yoga for Skaters YouTube channel. My name is Ace, your friend in yoga and off skates training, and today I have a core-focused movement practice. So core training for roller skaters, just like for any other athlete, is a really important part of an injury prevention strategy. When we know how to engage our core and when we know how to move from that engaged core, then we're more likely to move in healthy patterns within our range of motion so that we can reduce the risk of injuries such as pulled muscles, muscle tears, etc. So for this particular core focus movement practice, we are going to be moving through core strengthening drills from tabletop as well as plank position. So we'll start with some good wrist mobilization and stretching. We'll go through our core strengthening exercises, and then we've got some shoulder strengtheners at the end to challenge our core. You won't need anything for this practice, so I'll meet you on the mat. All right, my friends, let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to interlace the fingers real quick, glue those elbows together, and let's just find some easy wrist rolls to get us started. So for today's core practice, we're going to be doing a lot of work from the forearms as well as from the hands as we work towards our finisher. So we're just going to take some time to warm up the wrists here. All right. From here, go ahead and bring the fingertips to point towards the knees. Send the palms towards the front edge of your mat. And we'll just take some easy rocks. So you're going to rock the hips back to the heels. Kind of feel some opening through the bottom of that forearm. Good. And a few times to rock forward and back. Beautiful. As you're ready, you can rock your way back. And let's just take a little hold here, giving the forearms an opportunity to open up, giving the wrists a moment to open up. Yeah, in the way that is the opposite way that we usually use the wrists, right? All right, perfect. And then from here, go ahead and shift it forward. And you're going to bring the fingertips to face away from each other. And then from here, if you want to come into more of a tabletop position, you can. We're going to take some circles. So just starting to find those wrist circles with a little bit of weight. Again, if you want to walk the knees a little closer to the hands, you can ease up the amount of weight that you're using for this particular drill. Go ahead and take it around the other direction with those circles. Again, managing how much pressure you want to put through the wrists, especially as we're starting. Just let this be mobilizing, opening. Yeah. All right. So from here, go ahead and come to a nice still tabletop with those fingertips pointed out. You're going to press through the fingers. You're going to lift the thumbs and the palms and then bring them right back down. Let's get about 10 of these in this direction. Perfect. We've got our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then let's go ahead and bring the fingertips to point straight ahead. So same thing, we'll start with those circles. So taking it around, sending the shoulders forward of the wrists to the right, behind the wrists. Beautiful. Good. So a few times in one direction. And then as you're ready, go ahead and switch directions. Perfect. So when I do this one, I feel stretch through the wrists, but also I feel it through the hands as I'm spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Good. All right. So come to stillness in this tabletop position with fingertips forward. Same thing. Lift the thumbs, lift the palms, and lower. Good. Up and lower. Nice. Lift and lower. Good. We're up and down. Last 5, 4. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Go ahead and ease it up here. You can just shake out those wrists. So we are going to get started in tabletop position. So once you've rolled out the wrists a little bit, maybe even fingertips towards the toes and a little flexion rock here. Yeah. Let's do a few of these. I'm going to get a few of these before we go into tabletop. Good. All right. So just a few of those, and then let's find that tabletop position. So shoulders over the wrists, knees under the hips. We'll start with some cat-cow. So as you inhale, go ahead and arch the spine, take a look up. And as you exhale, go ahead and press down to round the spine. Beautiful. Go ahead and find a few more, just like this. Arching the spine, looking up, spreading the shoulders, and then pushing down to round. Nice. Moving with your breath here as we get it started. Perfect. And then let's start to come into that neutral spine. So we're going to start to find our core engagement, organizing the spine, neutral at that low back. So starting to draw the hip points towards the midline, feeling that bracing across the lower abdominals. Belly button draws up, ribs draw together and down. So we feel that whole midsection nice and strong. Let's challenge that engagement by tucking the toes and lifting those knees just to hover. We're holding here. Yes. And as you're holding here, let's bring some attention to the big toes, the pinky toes. Good. The pelvic floor is engaged, supporting that core. The fingertips are pressing down. Yes. We've got a few more seconds to hold. Perfect. Can you come back to lower abdominals? Ribs together and down. 3, 2. Good. Go ahead and relax it. Toes together, knees wide. Push it back. You can walk those arms up, maybe flipping the palms up to give those wrists a little counter stretch. So just a moment there, we found that core engagement. Now we're going to use that engagement as we start to move the limbs. So let's shift forward back into that tabletop. And so from here, we've got these opposite arm, opposite leg holds. So we'll start by extending the left leg straight back, kicking through that heel, pointing the toe down, and then reaching the right arm along the right side of the face. So we've got opposite arm, opposite leg, and working to reestablish that core engagement. If you lost it on the lift, perfect. Holding, press through the left hand, drive the right shin down. Yes. We're almost there for 3, 2. Good. Bring the hand down, bring the leg down. And then same thing, second side, extending that right leg, reach it straight back, reach the left arm along the left side of the face. And then starting with those checkpoints, hip points drawing in, ribs drawing together and down. Good. And then right hand pushes down, left shin pushes down, and those limbs reach in opposite direction. Hold 3, hold 2, and then right back down. Beautiful from here. Go ahead, push it back one last time for that child's pose, flipping the palms. So we've got the core nice and warm. We're going to start to add on to that series there. So from here, go ahead and find your way into downward facing dog, tucking the toes, lift the hips. Beautiful. Yes. Take an inhale in your down dog. Full exhale. Beautiful. Next inhale, shift forward to high plank position. As you exhale, lower down to forearm plank. Perfect. So we're going to hold this forearm plank, and we're going to keep the fingertips pointed straight ahead. Yeah, so my wrists, fingers are in line with the elbows. Good. Pelvic floor is drawing up. Hip points drawing together, belly button drawing up. Ribs together and down. Perfect. Keeping that spine stable. Keep holding. We've got it. Last few seconds here for 4. For 3, for 2, good, knees down, nice, thighs, then hips, inhale, reach the heart forward and up for a Sphinx pose. Perfect, go ahead and slide the hands underneath the shoulders. We'll shift right up and back to downward facing dog. Nice, take an inhale here, and an exhale. Perfect. One more inhale and down dog. And as you exhale, go ahead and bend the knees. We're going to make our way right back into that tabletop position. Perfect. All right. So starting at the top, tucking the toes, letting the knees hover, go ahead and find your way up. This time we're going to add on a little bit. You'll take a step with the right hand and the left foot, stepping forward. Then step with the left hand, right foot, step it forward. So you can take 2 to 3 steps forward, and then can you take those steps back? Nice. All the while, keeping the core strong. Nice. We're still going here. You can just go the length of your mat. Nice. Good. We've got a few more seconds. Yes, 4, 3, 2. Good. Come on down. Push it back to that child's pose. If you want to flip the palms, 2 breaths to rest. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. One more inhale here. Nice. And as you exhale, flip those palms, shift it forward. Very nice. And then we're coming up and back to that downward facing dog once again. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Next, inhale, shift forward to high plank position. As you exhale, come on down to forearm plank. We're going to find our first side plank here. So go ahead and pivot on the right elbow. Bring the right forearm parallel to the top edge of your mat. Come on around. And knowing that you've got options for your side plank. So take whichever option works for you. Stacking the feet. Maybe bringing the top foot to support you. Yes. And we're holding right here. Nice. As you hold that side plank, can you come back? Hip points, belly button, rib cage, nice and strong. Keep it holding. We're almost there. Yes, strong holds. I'm glad we get to do this together. I have trouble doing holds by myself. I always want to be moving, but we'll do it together. We'll get through it. Let's switch sides. So go ahead and just scoop that left forearm right where the right one was, and we'll find our way into that side plank on the second side. Beautiful. We're holding here. Nice. I'm just going to flip around so that I can still see you here in our side plank. Perfect. Good. So thinking about pushing the floor away, that shoulders over the elbow. Nice. Lifting the hips. Hold 3. Hold 2. And then as you're ready, gently come back to that forearm plank. Bend the knees. Lower the hips, the thighs. Inhale your way forward for that Sphinx pose. Good. And then as you're ready, just come on down, stack the hands, rest the back of the forehead on the hands. I'm just going to flip around once again. You stay there, take your rest. We've got a little finisher for this core practice here today. From your resting position, we're going to go ahead, we're going to come up, and we're going to do 5 up downs. So going from forearm plank to high plank, like so. We'll do 5 of those, and then we'll get right into 5 chaturanga push-ups, okay? So as you're ready, go ahead. From that resting position, come on up to your forearm plank. So forearms under the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift the knees, the thighs, the hips. From here we go. Come on up, high plank, and back down is 1. High plank, and back down is 2. High plank, back down for 3. High plank, back down for 4. Good. Last one, high plank. Stay up here. You can bring the knees down. Remember our chaturanga push-ups, elbows stay along the side body. We're lowering shoulders to elbow height. Exhale, back up. For 5, 4, good. 3, 2, last 1, you're up, and then go ahead and relax it back to child's pose. Beautiful. Take a breather there in your child's pose, and we are going to go through that 2 more times as our finisher, so you really know you've got that strong core to support those chaturanga push-ups, strong shoulders, strong core. A lot of good foundations for yoga and your skating. All right, here we go. Come on back up, shift forward, find those forearms underneath the shoulders, and then you're up to forearm plank. Come on up, high plank, and down for 1. High plank, and down for 2. Keep it going. We've got 4 to come up. Good. And the last is like a halfie. Coming up to high plank. Go ahead and bend the knees. You're lowering 5. Good. 4. Yes. 3. Nice. 2. And last one here. You're up and back to child's pose or taking a little seated rest. All right, my friends, we're almost there. One more deep breath in this child's pose, and then one more time through those 2 shoulder strength, core strengthening moves. All right, here we go. Slither it forward. Set up your forearm plank, elbows under shoulders, tuck the toes, lift it up. We're coming up and right back down. Good. For 2. Yes. 3. Nice. 4. Yes. 5. Good. From that high plank, knees down. Last 5. Good. 4. Nice. 3. Here we go. We've got 2 more. Last one. You're up and back. All right. Very nice. Take a little breather. Shake out the wrists. Roll out the shoulders. All right, my friends. So I'm keeping this short, 15 minutes. If there are any neck, shoulder stretches that you want to do before you move on with your day, go ahead and do that. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today for this core practice, and I will see you next time.